Did you know that the Milky Way has its own season? Depending on where you live, that season will shift and change, but for me here in Kansas, it starts about March and it ends around October.
Well, hey y'all, we're going on an adventure. But there's a problem. Let me show you. It's light out. We can't do what I want to do in the light. So let's turn off the sun. Yeah, that's better. It's 1:37, it says. With the sun out, we should be able to see some stars. It is 1:37 in the morning. Had hoped to get some sleep last night. I went to bed around 8 o'clock, hoping to get about 5 hours, but that didn't work. Couldn't sleep. My mind took me back 55 years ago when I grew up out in the country in North Alabama. My dad had bought land on top of a hill. We would walk down that hill to an old dirt road where the school bus would pick us up every day, and then after school the bus would drop us off at the foot of the hill and we would walk back up it. But when we got on the hill, it was just an amazing, all outdoors was the playground, and we could sit there, go anywhere we wanted. It's a different time. It's also a very strange time. It was 1969. My two oldest brothers were a half a world away in Southeast Asia, serving in the military. I watched my mom age from worry about them. Neil Armstrong, he walked on the moon. At night, when we turned the lights out in the house, there was nothing. We were so far from the town that there was no light pollution there. I would lay on my back in the grass out in the backyard, and all that you would see was this blanket of stars, and streaking across the middle of the sky was the Milky Way. It is 43 degrees. Last time I was at this place, it was 10 degrees and it dropped down to 5. So it's going to be dropping down, I think, by 4:30 in the morning. Should be down to around 39, I believe. That's still 34 degrees warmer than it was the last time I was here. So should be a nice night to be able to take and bring you the stars. So let me sort of share with you what I'm planning to do. If you right there, that is due south, and that's, you can't see much other than just the black, but the stars are out. That's due south, and the Milky Way is going to come up sort of south-southeast. Just that's south, there's south-southeast. Milky Way will be coming up right through there in just about 30 minutes. The stars are out, and it's beautiful out here. The moon will come up, it'll rise about, I don't know, about 4:30 over to the east-southeast section, and so it'll be back over in this way. So due south, south-southeast for the Milky Way, and then east-southeast for the moon to rise early in the morning. Yeah, it's early now, but that's sort of what we're going to be doing. When the Milky Way comes up, it's going to be sort of laying out at about maybe a 45-degree angle, and then over the next hour, 2 hours, it's going to come up to about probably 80, 85 degrees, not quite 90 degrees, and it'll be coming up through the sky there. It's the way it should be anyway. That's my research. So let me try to explain what's going on. We live in our little cosmic family called our solar system of 9 planets and the sun. Yeah, I think all the wise people in their wisdom have decided that Pluto is once again a planet. I'm not sure Pluto ever really cared what we thought, but that's our own arrogance, I think, sometimes. But we live in the solar system with 9 planets and our sun, and we live in a galaxy called the Milky Way. And the Milky Way is a spiral galaxy, so sort of pretend that this lens cap is the Milky Way, and way out here on the edge, about in here somewhere, is our little family of the solar system. We are spinning in space. It's very wide and it's very thin in terms of how big everything is in space. When we're looking, we don't see the galaxy like this. We see it on its edge. Between March and August, we get to see the Milky Way as it rises and sets, but we just sort of see the edge of it. And so we're going to be seeing the Milky Way as it rises, and it's going to be turned at about a 45-degree angle, but we're all spinning and the Earth is spinning on its axis. And so by 4:30, it's going to be about maybe 85 degrees. It won't be exactly at 90 degrees, but it'll be off a little bit. And so that's what I'm hoping to be able to show you as we look at these stars today. It's going to take some processing to sort of pull it out, because even though we're out here in the middle of nowhere and there's very little light pollution around, there's still atmosphere and there's things that sort of now block us to have a very clear view of the Milky Way. But by the time we get through and we can process it and we can pull out some of the beauty of it, and that's what we'll try to do for you as we get back home to the computer and I can get on my editing software and get that for you. But it's a beautiful night, and it's a beautiful time to be out here to see all of creation and all of the stars, the billions and billions of stars. And this is one galaxy. The Milky Way is one galaxy among all kinds of galaxies that make up the universe.
It was hard to see it with the naked eye, but when I brought it back and put it in the editing software and could pull some of the colors out, it was amazing. These were the last 3 photos I got that night. This one is my favorite.